Hello, here with Senior Coach Marty Mattner, just to talk all things Sturt from the weekend. First of all, just a quick update on the reserves. Unfortunately, we went down to North Adelaide, third time we've played them already this year, and twice in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But unfortunately, we went down, and was probably more so a game I think that we let slip was certainly winnable. We lost 8-15, 63 to 9-11, 75, and with 23 scoring shots to 20, 3 more on our end, and then losing by 12 points was disappointing, just with some inaccurate kicking there. Sort of update on the season so far, we're sitting fifth position with a 3-4 record, so results have been a little inconsistent so far, unfortunately. We've probably had a fair bit of turnover in that reserves group, and a lot of young lads coming up from the 18s who have been great, giving good effort, but it's going to take some time in terms of probably some team cohesion there, and you know, some weeks you're having 5-6 changes every week, so that does take some time to gel as a team as well, but there's been some really positive performances there as well. From the weekend, again, it was great to see the guys that came down from the league from the week before. Willa Taylor, Kobe McIntyre kicked 4 goals, Sam Brewer and Kits as well in the ruck all performed really well. Sam Waltham has been really good as a tall defender, and had some really good 1v1 contests. And the other pleasing thing is a group that are, again, pushing for selection, continue to push in Slade, Tierley and Giacometti as well, have been really solid throughout, so I'm sure they'll get some opportunity soon. So that's it for the reserve. So just on to the league, Marty. Fantastic win on the weekend against really strong Crows with plenty of AFL listed players. Can you just talk us through the game and what you liked about it?
Yeah, well, start with the game. It was a very, high quality game. There's 2 really good oppositions. Felt like the Crows have been one of the better sides this year as well. So in terms of the game, it was a very good game to watch, and really high standard. I think both teams played really good footy throughout the day, and it was a great game to watch from all people I've spoken to as well. So, but in terms of our performance, I think it was probably one of our best performances for the year. Both our first half, I thought we were really, really good, both from an execution point of view, but just our balance around, everyone played their role really well, and we had a really balanced team performance. And then we were challenged at one stage there in the, third quarter. They kicked 4 goals in a row to go with a couple late in the second as well. And then, again, pleasing result in terms of our last quarter, to be able to, control that, get back momentum, and then in the last quarter finish really well and have another really positive last quarter performance to win the game comfortably in the end by 23 points.
Yep, excellent. And so in terms of probably some standout things from the game, just our clean ball movement, transition from defence into attack, is that something, you've been working on amongst the group?
Yeah, it's definitely been a focus all pre-season, and we've seen, we've seen it throughout the first seven rounds, and we've won comfortably a couple of games against Westies. It was on show there as well, and I guess our challenge has been, what is it going to look like against the better sides, and we've been able to do that as well, which has been very pleasing. Glenelg, Crows again on the weekend, we were still able to kick a really good score, 15 goals again, and consistently. I think the big thing has been our ability to score consistently throughout the game as well. I think on the weekend we had 4 goals first quarter, then we had 5, then we had 3 and 3. So we've been able to consistently score each quarter, which has been pleasing as well.
Unfortunately, the last few weeks we've probably had some injuries amongst the group, which is starting to test our depth. The pleasing thing is all the guys coming in have been really good and been able to perform at a really high level. One of those has been Alex Holt, who's played 2 games, I think, now, coming through from the juniors. How have you seen his progression into league footy?
Yeah, he's been great. And his performances the last 2 weeks have probably showcased where he is in his development. He's probably, we would have loved to have played him earlier, maybe last year some stage, but he didn't get that opportunity. But all his experiences over the last few years that he's played in footy in that reserves level has put him in a really good position now, where he comes in and looks very comfortable at the level, and had, I think, 21 touches again on the weekend, and looks composed, used the ball really well, and then defensively didn't look out of place. So it is pleasing that these guys coming in are playing well. Kittle, McIntyre, Taylor and Holty Have all come in, played their role really well, and it probably just goes to show the depth we have, but also our development. The development of these players, the long-term approach we take with them, and their ability to then come in and perform at league level has been very pleasing.
Yep. So on our scoring, I suppose we had 10 different goal scorers on the weekend, which is great to see a nice even spread there. Is that something we've been looking at or working on particularly in terms of that scoring and kicking goals?
I guess it hasn't been so much about the spread of the goal kicking. It's been more about, I guess, our ability to kick a bigger score and more goals. So we'll take it however it comes. If we have a couple of guys who dominate and kick big bags, or we spread it out over 10 or 12 blokes, doesn't really matter. It's more about the collective score, I guess, and our ability to consistently score each quarter.
So from a milestone from your perspective, congratulations on 150 games coached at league level for Sturt. So what does that milestone mean for you?
Probably reminds me how long I've been at Sturt, how long I've been coaching. It's always nice, these things, but it's always, I guess, a reflection on the journey more than anything else. And yeah, it sort of snuck up on me. I didn't really realise it was 150 until Sue mentioned it to me the other day. Again, it's probably something you look back at the end of your coaching career about, the amount of games you coach and how you go about it. But again, still driving for that next premiership, which is something that every coach does, and all the players are as well. And so that's probably my next goal moving forward.
Yep. And another milestone on Saturday, Josh Hone kicked his 250th Sandford League goal. So a fantastic effort. What does Honey mean for the team and the club?
Yeah, well, it happened 1 week later than we thought it was going to happen after he kicked a point after the siren last week. But, mate, he's probably the best small forward in the competition and has been for a long time now. And I guess for him, it's just probably a great reward for his effort. He's been doing it for a long time now. He's been consistently performing each year for a long time since, the premiership years, 16, 17, and prior to that as well. And, he's achieved a lot. He's, leading goal kicker. He's played state footy in that as well. So, again, probably something he'll reflect on at the end of his career, but it is a great achievement and a great result for him.
Yep, excellent. Well done from the weekend, Marty. We move our thoughts on to round 8 against Centrals this week out at Ex Convenience Oval on Saturday. So we hope to see you at the footy.